near sideline, and that one is broken up by Julian Love. Now the all-time leader in passes broken up for Notre Dame.
Notre Dame fans, welcome to the college football playoffs. The Fighting Irish completed a perfect regular season by going to the LA Coliseum and beating USC 24-17. We welcome you to Inside Notre Dame Football, presented by TireRack.com, along with former Fighting Irish quarterback Evan Sharpley. I'm Darren Pritchett. Evan, it's not easy to complete a regular season 12-0, but the Irish have got it done.
Yeah, what a tremendous accomplishment. You know, the staff, the players, everyone that's a part of this Notre Dame football program, they have to be ecstatic right now. Winning at the collegiate level is very difficult, and to go unscathed for the entire regular season. So, you know, it starts with the offseason. You look back to the spring, the identity that's created then, throughout the summer, into fall camp, strength and conditioning staff. You know, you're looking at the whole thing, and these guys got to be very pleased right now. And now, you know, you're setting yourself up for the goals that you had at the beginning of the year. You're playing for the postseason now.
In this game, USC threw the football very well in the first half, did not throw it well in the second half. What was the difference?
Well, I think Clark Lee has done a great job of going in at halftime and making adjustments. This defense has done it all year. You saw a lot more rush 3, drop 8 in the second half, some more blitz zone, getting underneath some of the shorter routes that USC had success with, and that was a big factor in the second half.
Notre Dame taking on USC. Let's check out the first half highlights from the LA Coliseum. USC 5-6. They have lost 4 of their last 5 games. USC got the football and had some success in the air. JT Daniels hit Tyler Vaughn for 9 yards. Then it's Daniels to Amon-Ra St. Brown for 23 yards into Notre Dame territory. Then it's a 14-yard touchdown run by Vavai Malepaye. 8 plays, 7 passes, 1 run. USC led 7-0.
Yeah, not a great way to start here going on the road against USC. USC puts together a nice drive and they're up 7.
First time Notre Dame had allowed points in the first quarter since Pittsburgh back on October the 13th. Troy Pride Jr. knocks the ball free and recovers the fumble, and Notre Dame turns away USC.
Typical of Clark Lee's defense here. Huge momentum shift, but all for naught, though. They weren't able to capitalize on the turnover.
USC back on offense. It's Daniels to St. Brown for 13 yards to the Notre Dame 49-yard line. Akasigric Ware then rushes 13 yards up the middle, takes the football down to the Notre Dame 35-yard line. To the second quarter, it's 4th down and 1, and the Trojans pick up the first down. Ware rushes for 2 yards. 3rd down and 8 from the 12. The Irish bring pressure, and the pass is incomplete to Pittman.
Notre Dame's bend but don't break defense. They finally brought some pressure here and got Daniels out of rhythm. Came at a great time.
Michael Brown, 30-yard field goal is good. 10-0 USC, the largest deficit that Notre Dame has faced this season. So the Irish needed to get something going on offense. They set up a screen to Dexter Williams, and the Irish running back picks up 18 yards to the Notre Dame 44. Then it's Book to Williams, a 7-yard completion, and another Fighting Irish first down. On 3rd down and 15, wide receiver screen to Chris Fink. He spins away from one tackler. It comes up 4 yards shy of the first down. Notre Dame goes for it on 4th down, and the pass is broken up. USC still in front, 10-0. Book found Chris Fink once again, this time for 18 yards. Fink had 7 catches in the first half for the Fighting Irish. 3rd down and 11, a huge play in this game. Book under pressure, rolls to the wide side of the field, decides, you know what, I'm going to get the first down no matter what. He lowers his shoulder and picks up the first down.
Darren, I hate to overplay one specific play, but this was huge. It came at a really critical time this game. You know, he took this drive over. He knew he had to do something, and able then to set up, continuing this drive, and Notre Dame ends up scoring.
Another 3rd down conversion. Book to Fink for 9 yards. Then it's 2nd down and 9 from the USC 24. Book lobs it, corner of the end zone, and Fink makes the catch. Notre Dame on the board, trailing 10-7.
Love the pocket presence here from Book. He slides, drops the ball right in the bucket. We call this a level 2, kind of a finesse throw. Chris Fink, great concentration for the touchdown.
Final play of the first half. The Irish call for the old Hail Mary. Book lets it go down the field, and Miles Boykin makes the catch, but he makes the catch at the 3-yard line, and USC brings down Boykin. The Irish almost picked up 7 points, but they headed to the locker room, trailing USC 10-7. The Irish unable to run the football, just 32 yards in the first half.
Yeah, I don't think you would have saw this coming here. USC turns the ball over 2 times. Notre Dame is not able to capitalize. Really didn't have a lot of consistency on the offensive side. A lot of credit to USC, though. I thought they had a good game plan coming in. And then also, I mean, when you're able to sustain some drives, keep Notre Dame's offense off of the field, you know you're going to set yourself up for success.
Halftime score, USC 10 and Notre Dame 7. Stick around. Second half highlights are coming up next on Inside Notre Dame Football.
Inside Notre Dame Football is presented by TireRack.com and brought to you by Team Notre Dame partners Coca-Cola, Under Armour, and Gatorade. Inside Notre Dame Football is also brought to you by Vivid Seats, Canon, Xfinity, Nissan, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, and SiriusXM.
Along with Evan Sharpley, I'm Darren Pritchett. Welcome back to Inside Notre Dame Football. Our halftime score was USC 10 and the Fighting Irish 7. Let's go to second half highlights from the LA Coliseum. Notre Dame got the football to start the second half. Play action. Ian Book rolling to his right, finds his tight end Alize Mack, 15 yards to the Notre Dame 48-yard line. Then it's Dexter Williams getting the call, and he's off to the races. Williams, 52 yards for the score, his 12th rushing touchdown of the year, and Notre Dame took their first lead of 14-10.
I love this play, Darren. It's a false flag operation. You've got Eichenberg and Banks. They're pulling opposite of where the play's actually going, so the linebacker draws them away, and the rest is all Dexter Williams. I mean, the man's pretty powerful and explosive.
Irish get the ball back. Book fires a bullet over the middle. Chase Claypool, 22 yards into USC territory.
When Book is on time and rhythm, he does things just like this. Great pass.
Pass into the flat. Dexter Williams picks up the first down on a gain of 12. Justin Yoon, a 46-yard field goal is good. His 58th career field goal that sets a Notre Dame all-time record, and the Irish led 17-10 with 1:07 to go in the third quarter. To the fourth quarter, Ian Book, pass into the flat to Dexter Williams. He races 22 yards to the USC 35-yard line. Then it's Williams again. This time he carries the football 15 yards for another Fighting Irish first down. Book a good clean pocket to throw, and it's a crossing route to Claypool for 16 yards to the USC 21. Now, Book going for the knockout punch. Flushed out of the pocket, throws into the end zone, throws into traffic, and intercepted by Jordan McMillan. And at that point, USC had some hope. But the hope didn't last long.
No, it certainly did. You know, Notre Dame was looking to try to create some pressure all night. Finally able to get there with Jerry Tillery. This is a front four that's had success all year. It took a little bit of time tonight, but it came at a really great moment.
Okora and Tillery with sacks on that drive. Big gain for Ian Book on 3rd and 12. He picks up 16 yards to move the sticks. And then the game-deciding play. Happy birthday, Tony Jones Jr. He makes the catch and rumbles 51 yards for the Notre Dame touchdown, and the Irish grabbed a 24-10 advantage.
With the amount of pressures and man coverage that SC played, it really was really a matter of time before this happened. This is a concept that Chip Long really liked all night. We saw it 4 or 5 different times, and right here, Tony Jones is able to take it to the house.
Brian Kelly gets the handshake from Clay Helton, and Notre Dame completes the perfect regular season, downing USC 24-17. We look at the final numbers from the ball game. Ian Book, 352 passing yards.
Well, it wasn't pretty, Darren, but it's a win, and that's what you got to do. It's got to be pretty sweet for these players to finish out the season undefeated, and to do it on the home turf of your rival, I think is pretty special. These guys are definitely going to remember this for the rest of their lives.
24-17, the Notre Dame victory over USC. More of Inside Notre Dame football still to come.
We're here in the Los Angeles Coliseum right after Notre Dame completed a 12-0 season with a 24-17 victory over USC. You knew with this rivalry that it wasn't going to be easy, and it wasn't. But in some ways, your team just may well have gotten even better tonight.
You know, it's funny. Many people will be arguing about, you know, hey, how did this team play late in the year? What about this close win against not such a great team this year? But that's far from the truth. We were gritty today. We didn't have our A game. We played our B game, but we fought for 4 quarters, and I'm so proud of our football team, the way they fought, found a way to win this football game on the road. After a tough stretch of travel, they put it all behind them and found a way to win.
Watching it from the angle you do on the sideline, that first quarter, midway through the second quarter, everything you tried to run, you may have had your B game, USC had their A game. No, they were on your receivers. They were in the gaps. They didn't let you do anything. You fall behind 2 scores for the first time this year, but I didn't see any panic. I didn't see anybody. What I did see was a lot of conversation, a lot of encouragement, both from coaches, but also player to player.
Yeah, no, I like the sideline. I mean, there were a couple of moments where, we had to remind some guys we had a missed gap protection where I jumped the offensive line about, not being on top of things. But no, this was a group of guys that knew that if they stuck with it and kept playing one play at a time, that they would find themselves back in the game. And we came in at halftime, obviously got the thing back to 10-7. I thought we made some good adjustments at halftime, and sometimes it gets overrated, the halftime adjustment stuff, but I thought we did a good job because they did a lot of different things, especially defensively. And you saw that come together in the second half with a big run by Dexter, and then we hit the back 2 or 3 times out of the backfield uncovered, and one was no bigger than the one we hit Tony Jones late in the fourth quarter.
What were those halftime adjustments?
Well, first of all, defensively, we had to take away some of the free access throws that the quarterback Daniels had to the perimeter. So we played some hard cover 2 where we could take some of those throws away and get them off rhythm. They were on great rhythm, and second half we took them out of rhythm. And then offensively, we needed to find some run game because they were bringing, their Mike and Sam linebacker up on the line of scrimmage and blitzing them. So we found and carved out a running game that could get us some balance. And I thought Chip did a really good job of, bringing a couple of new run plays that we hadn't run in a few weeks into the game plan.
You like to be in a better rhythm offensively, but you have the players to make the big plays. And you just mentioned the 2 big touchdown runs. But in the first half, when your big receivers couldn't get the ball, you couldn't run the football, Chris Fink found a way to get open, made catch after big catch, including that huge touchdown catch that got you on the board, and really gave you momentum back because you were on the cliff. You don't score there and they score again, then you might be in real trouble.
No, Jack, you're absolutely right. He kept us in the game in the first half. He made huge plays for us, and that's that's just a credit to where he's come in this program. Started as a walk-on, and now he's a dependable guy that can take over for us, and he definitely kept us in the game in the first half. And then, Claypool makes a big play, Boykin catches the fade, Dexter rips off the big run, and now all the other guys that normally step up have a chance to do so.
Game balls usually go to players. Tonight it went to Matt Bayless.
Yeah. Well, again, it could have went to Fink. He certainly played extremely well. It could have been Tony Jones, the big catch coming out. It could have been a number of guys. But Bayless and his staff have made such a significant impact in the physical component of our football team, in particular the way we played in November, that it just seemed fitting. And I think our players really enjoyed it. They had a great time with him in the locker room. They lifted him up, had him up on their shoulders, and I think it meant a lot to him.
What this team has accomplished was incredibly difficult. How proud are you of it?
I'm very proud of our players, and certainly my staff and coaches, but the players did this. They had to buy into our process and stick with it every single day, and they couldn't waver. I mean, they couldn't waver for a moment because you can't do what we did over the last 5 weeks and still be where we are today, and that is 12-0.
And welcome back to Inside Notre Dame Football with Evan Sharpley. I'm Darren Pritchett. Let's take a look at a key play from the second quarter. Notre Dame trails USC 10-0, and the Irish face a 2nd down and 9 from the Trojan 24 when Ian Book hits Chris Fink on the 24-yard touchdown.
Darren, Ian Book seeing man coverage right here. This safety is trying to get over the top of Miles Boykin. Notre Dame loves to throw jump balls in these scenarios. Once Ian Book sees the safety move to his right, he slides in the pocket with pressure, and now he's got a smash concept to the backside. That's a high-low in the flat. He's able to move up, great throw. We call this a level 2, puts in the bucket for a touchdown.
Big first half for Chris Fink, 7 receptions for 86 yards. Stick around, more Inside Notre Dame football is still to come. Welcome back to Inside Notre Dame football, along with former Fighting Irish quarterback Evan Sharpley. I'm Darren Pritchett. Well, Ian Book, one of the best throwers of the football in college football, but he used his legs today to really change the complexion of this football game. He converted a 3rd down and 12 and a 3rd down and 11 and picked up first downs on both plays.
The moment for me came at a critical time in the game. This Irish offense was kind of sputtering up and down. He lowers his shoulder to pick up a first down. Sent a message to the entire offense and probably to the entire team. Hey, we're here to win this football game. We want to close this out. We want to be 12-0. So what he was able to do, with his feet today, extending some plays and picking up 2 really crucial 3rd downs with his feet were really important. Not to be outdone certainly with what he can do with his arm. You look at the ceiling that he set, sitting around 75-80% completion percentage, was a little bit lower, so the stats aren't kind of jumping off the screen or off the page today. Certainly the interception's a play that he's going to want back, but what he allows this offense to do, his escapability, some of the slipperiness that he has inside and outside of the pocket, and then when he's on time, when he is throwing in rhythm, he's got pinpoint accuracy as well.
7 rushes for 28 yards for Ian Book. Throwing the ball, he was 22 of 39 for 352, 2 touchdowns with the interception. And I would say Notre Dame used the screen game more than they have in any game this season, and it really helped them slow down that Trojans defense.
He's got it again, and Jones a lot of room. Tony Jones makes a cut, gets a block, and scores! Is that the play that will seal the playoff bid for Fighting Irish?
It's time for our TireRack.com question of the week. This week's question comes from Tom from Monroe, New Jersey. Coach Kelly, do you spend any time scouting the other team during pregame warm-ups? And have you ever spotted something that made you adjust your game plan?
What we do, I don't personally, but we have 3 coaches that look at their warm-ups. And primarily what we're looking for is any guys that have been injured or that might show some form of injury in their pregame, hitch in the giddy-up, if you will. So that's really what we're looking for in that pregame. But other than that, we're just kind of looking at them and assessing what their physical readiness is.
Okay, so the Irish are in the playoffs, so now what do you expect?
Well, anything can happen on a given game. Whoever it is that's going to be playing against Notre Dame, I like Notre Dame's chances with, a month or so off to recover, to make sure that, again, it's going to come down to the game plan. It's going to come down to preparation, but don't count this team out. I think that they surprised a lot of people this year in going 12-0, and it wouldn't surprise me for them to, to close the book and continue this run.
12-0, the record of the Fighting Irish during the regular season, and now they get set for the college football playoff. Final score from the LA Coliseum, Notre Dame 24 and USC 17. For Evan Sharpley, I'm Darren Pritchett. Thanks for joining us on Inside Notre Dame Football.
Inside Notre Dame Football is presented by TireRack.com and brought to you by Team Notre Dame partners, Coca-Cola, Under Armour, and Gatorade. Inside Notre Dame Football is also brought to you by Vivid Seats, Canon, Xfinity, Nissan, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, and SiriusXM.